wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Ibu
wabarakatuh.
Bapak, ladies and gentlemen, let us offer praise and gratitude to present Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. This beautiful afternoon, He has given us health, and so we're gathered the visiting scholar. Thank you for for attending, Mrs. Shamila, Mohamed Shuhidan, Ph.D. Next, I would like to introduce the resource person who will present the Zoom screen. She is a lecturer at Mara Teknologi University, Malaysia, expert in information literacy and knowledge management. Her education on doctoral philosophy, Ph.D. from RMIT University, Australia, Master in Information, Mara University of Technology, and bachelor degree honor Hull University UK. That's right.
Yeah.
Member professional skill International Association of School Librarianship. As we have seen, the theme of today and visiting scholar is knowledge and digitalization, a theme of quite interesting, especially for this area of Industry 5.0. As we know, this global era, on the occasion we will discuss about this problem. And then if we are have any question about this material, you can raise your hand. And then let me introduce myself first. My name Ute, who will guide the event this meeting.
Ganti pemerintahan, Pak.
Okay,
Iya, Bu.
and then Mrs. Shamila, the time is yours.
Okay, then thank you, Dr. Ute. Okay, then Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera. So my name is Shamila, as what you mentioned by Dr. Ute. So today I would like to present sometimes the topic is about the given to me is about the media and information preservation. However, for today, I will focusing on the information literacy, because that is the basic things as for us that come from the library and information science program. Okay, so first of all, I would like to thank you. Saya ingin mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada Universiti Pajajaran, specifically kepada program studi Perpustakaan dan Sains Informasi Fakultas Ilmu Komunikasi. So terima kasih kerana sekali lagi menjemput saya selepas klinik punya conference hari itu. So saya sangat berbesar hati pada petang ini saya dapat bersama-sama dengan anda semua untuk membuat sedikit like a knowledge sharing session. Okay, so let me share my slide. Okey. Boleh lihat ke? Boleh nampak ke?
Sudah.
Sudah ya? Kejap saya buat slideshow. Okey.
Ini tuh cerita aku pakai titrek tapi gagal 4.
Besar ke sudah dia punya slide? Is it okay? Okay, this is the title that I would like to do the knowledge sharing session for today, that I've choose the transformation of information literacy in digital age. Okay, before that, just allow me to use dua bahasa. Saya akan menggunakan bahasa Malaysia dan juga English, ya, because most of the terms and information is in English, ya. So first of all, we know that the as an introduction, the revolution of industry, ya, maksud saya kata perkembangan di mana saja, okay, telah led to the rapid changes and influence on our daily life. Okay, it's true, ya. Dalam apa saja aktiviti yang kita lakukan, sama ada sektor perniagaan, sektor industri, sektor pendidikan, okay, semua telah berubah, okay, dan dia telah mempengaruhi di dalam kehidupan harian kita. So this also have give a huge effect, okay, which include with the education sector. So therefore, yeah, whenever we say that involved with the education sector, the current setting of teaching and learning need to change, whereby it will need to use the new approach where allow the student to explore more information in a flexible way. So with this, indirectly, it will lead to improve the huge amount of the available information. Okay, based on Collier, he said that in 2017, yeah, digital divide, media literacy, pedagogy, higher education, and critical thinking were among the popular research topics which is related with the information literacy domain, whereby in his study, he studied between the year 2005 up to 2014. So with this, it shows that the explosive of the growth of information in the field of education and health, which has posed challenges to the professionals, is either information professional, is either towards the educator and also to the citizens. The information literacy has rapidly developed in the specific of the education and work scenario. Okay. Another studies by Farias, okay, they shows that they analyze, yeah, the study about the digital transformation and the media literacy publication that really give a highly impact, okay, memberi kesan kepada higher education, whereby dia mengumpulkan artikel melalui systematic literature review yang mengumpulkan artikel daripada tahun 2015 sehingga tahun 2020 yang dianalyze melalui paper yang dah dipublish melalui two databases, Scopus and Web of Science, ya, yang sebanyak 298 artikel. So from there, it found that, okay, digital transformation and media literacy in higher education is a topic of interest among the researcher, whereby it also shows the influence on the learning process and the operations of the institution. So from their findings, yeah, from their SLR, systematic literature review, it's found that, yeah, the most high percentage is about the digital pedagogy. Okay, what is the digital pedagogy that most of the author menulis? Ia adalah berkaitan dan berkenaan dengan strategies about the digital pedagogy, whereby three most cited article is about digital literacy, adapted learning, and also digital competency of teachers. Okay? Semua okey ke? Okey ke?
Okey, Bu.
Okay, ya. Kalau katakan ada along the way, I would like to have like two ways of communication. Please stop me, ya, along the way. Okay. So another is it moving my slide? Okay. Another research, yeah, findings by Lee and Wang. Okay. So they have explored about the topic of information literacy analysis using the whatever the article been published by Web of Science, yeah, from 2005-2019. So they found that, yeah, the most fields, yeah, publication, the main subject area is in the field of education and educational research, followed by the information science and library science, and also communication. So from here, three main fields, the important three main field related with the information literacy analysis, yang mana ia adalah berkaitan dengan education and educational research, information science and library science, and the third one is the communication. Okay, whereby bila lagi dipecahkan, okay, the 9 global topic that were identified is about the learning education, library services, new digital technology, teacher ICT, health information, internet use, medium literacy, evaluations, and computer skill. So ini adalah subtopik, okay, yang kita katakan berkaitan dengan information literacy. Okay, so what are the issues? Even though you know that there's a lot of studies, there's a lot of research in the area that has been investigated. So however, okay, studies found that, okay, students, they are good and they are competent in using the technology devices, but still lacking of information literacy skill. Okay, and then studies also mark that, okay, due to the marked uncertainty because they are faced about the information overload, students interpret and make their own judgment, okay, due to the limited or lacking of information literacy. Okay, and then students also too much depend on the internet, and due to that they are inability to solve the real life problem. Okay, if you can see this, okay, cartoons, yeah, okay, the students, okay, even though they are really competent, are using the technology devices, however, they are still lacking of the using the information literacy because they tend not to know the identification of the information, which one is the truth or false information, the information privacy. They easily share the important information to the other party. Okay, mereka senang berkongsi maklumat kepada orang yang tak mereka kenali. Jadi itu juga boleh membahayakan dari segi in terms information privacy, information security. And another than that, they are too much depend on internet. Okay, they sometimes they do not know that they copy everything straight away from the internet, but still lecturers or the teachers give them lower mark. Why? Because they are using the syndrome, apa dia? Plagiarism, copy and paste syndrome. So even though everything is good, you are copying, but that is not your real a piece of work. Yeah, so you need to know that your own, you have to make your own judgment, you have to become more critical, you have to be more creative. Yeah, so this is the issues, okay, among the students. So it's true, even though student can access freedom to access, freedom to express their idea, okay, then access the information in order from the information resources, that from the printed material to the online. Yeah, because bila kita can access information from online, student ada the freedom to access and freedom to express. Everyone can say whatever they would like to say. Okay, like we ourselves, we can, kalau kita ada pandangan ataupun idea, kita ambil phone, kita boleh masukkan dekat mana-mana social media yang kita rasakan. Tetapi adakah maklumat itu tepat dan betul? Jadi kita kena fikir. That's why kita kena jadi critical thinking and also creative. Yeah. So saya juga merasakan in all types of education institution, all of the curriculum has been integrated with the online learning. Why? Because we need to meet the demand of the information and knowledge age. Like sekarang, due to the pandemic COVID-19, last year, I think totally locked down. Semua sekolah, semua higher education ditutup. Jadi bila ditutup, kita tidak boleh stop the education. the learning process still need to berjalan. Jadi apakah kita punya pendekatan, apakah dia kita punya approach? That's why kita telah memperkenalkan kita punya konsep pedagogi to andragogy, andragogy to pedagogy. Maksudnya the transformation of that kena berlaku, ya. Maksudnya is either student, teachers, librarians, okay, lecturers, educator, parents also need to play their important role in order to support and to make this teaching and learning process is still ongoing. Kalau tidak, dia akan berlaku keciciran, ya, drop out. So kita tak nak perkara itu berlaku, ya. Jadi is also, ya, maksudnya pandemic COVID-19 ni is actually a push button, ya. It's forced us, is either we like it or not, we have to moving forward. Kalau tidak sebelum ni kita rasa tunggulah. Memang betul, we are happily announce that wah, kita ada buat online learning, kita ada buat MOOC sometimes, salah satu platform untuk everyone can have access towards the online learning. Okay, tetapi ada juga yang refuse to do that. However, I think pandemic COVID-19 is actually one of the push factor that push us to use it. Is either we like it or not, yeah. And then allow, okay, in this paper it said that media and information literacy, okay, can contribute to the quality of the education and align with the demand of the revolution of the industry that required workers to good in the problem solving, critical thinking, and also creative, yeah. So that's why what I would like to highlight it today is that information literacy should be equipped among the student, is either for the 21st century learning and also living in the digital age, which ability to recognize the information needed, to locate the information, to evaluate and to produce the communication in a variety of forms of media form ethically. So why I put everything inside this? Because for me, information literacy is a basic. This is, even though we are living in the digital age, walaupun kita tinggal di dalam digital era, pada saya, the basic things that everyone should know is either we are a student, is either we are the educator, lecturer, teacher, is either we are as a parents, or public servant. All of us need to know the information literacy because it is make us to be the ability to recognize, okay, the information need, locate, evaluate, and with that we can communicate, okay, using the right information, and then we can share the right information by using the variety of media. And the important thing is that we use it as a responsible and ethical. Kenapa saya menggunakan perkataan ethical? Kerana hanya orang yang betul-betul tahu maklumat yang sahih dan tepat, information accurate saja yang akan share the right information for the prosperity of the well-being of the society. Maksudnya dia akan share, dia akan kongsi maklumat yang tepat, yang sahih, okay, untuk menjaga keamanan, keharmonian, kesejahteraan masyarakat mereka. Okay? Faham? Is it okay?
Faham, Bu.
Okay then, yeah. So this is also been supported, yeah. The agenda of the information literacy also been supported by the UNESCO, yeah, United Nations Educational, Scientific and also Cultural Organization, yeah. It is actually the composite of the knowledge, skill, and experience needed to assess, analyze, evaluating, using, producing, and communicate the information with the responsible way. Okay, according to UNESCO, IL is actually important role and potential in creating and expanding democratic culture and to become an active civil society. Okay, therefore, okay, UNESCO urged the need for the media and information literacy for the student to be embedded in the curriculum setting, okay, which aim to protect them against media influence as well as to acquire the habits to be a civilized society. Okay, what is meaning of civilized society? Civilized society boleh saya katakan kalau di dalam bahasa saya adalah seseorang yang sudah merdeka mindanya. Maksudnya bila kita kata minda yang sudah bertamadun dan merdeka, kerana apa? Kerana mereka adalah seorang masyarakat, okay, yang celik maklumat. Apa yang maksud celik maklumat? Okay, adalah tahu yang mana satu maklumat yang tepat, maklumat yang sahih. Okay, maksudnya walaupun kita sekarang ini didedahkan dengan berbagai information, okay, ataupun kita didedahkan melalui di dalam media sosial yang begitu makin berkembang pesatnya, tapi kita mampu untuk menganalisa, kita mampu mengetahui mana maklumat yang palsu, mana maklumat yang sahih, mana maklumat yang tidak sahih. Okay, maksudnya di situ kita jadi, okay, kita nak menggalakkan masyarakat kita menjadi civilized society. Okay, maksudnya kita tidak mudah terpengaruh dengan media-media yang makin berleluasa, okay, di dunia ini. Ya, sebab kita tahu there's a lot of keyboard warrior. Are you all agree? What about in Indonesia? Ramai tak menjadi keyboard warrior?
What is
You know
keyboard?
what is? Yeah.
What is keyboard warrior?
Apa dia Pak Agus? Keyboard warrior.
Apa ya di Indonesia apa namanya?
Apa dia?
Mungkin buzzer, Pak.
What are they doing?
They are, I mean, they are easily, whatever they have the information, they don't analyze, they don't evaluate it directly. They will write it. Okay, yeah, they are using the papan kekunci keyboard. Okay, and then they just type it and share it to everyone. So yeah, once of my forum, the argument is that there is we cannot say that to become a keyboard warrior is only in a negative side. Maksudnya hanya negatif saja. Ada juga keyboard warrior yang memberi impact yang positif. Betul, saya setuju. Tetapi kenapa kita selalu mengatakan keyboard warrior ini? Kerana terdapat ramai lagi yang suka berkongsi maklumat yang palsu, yang tidak sahih berbanding dengan yang memberi maklumat yang tepat, yang benar. Jadi itu selalu people will misjudge. Okay, the keyboard warrior always bring a negative information or hook information to the society. So itu yang kita tak nak, because dia keyboard warrior is someone that bagusnya dia akan sentiasa kreatif, dia akan create the content. Betul tak? Ya, because bila kita nak jadi, saya bagi salah satu contoh lah, some of it dia nak jadi blogger. Kita tengok blogger ramai follower, betul tak? Are you all agree?
Yeah.
Betul ya. Jadi bila blogger dia kena jadi kreatif sebab dia nakkan follower. Ya, bila dia kreatif dia akan create content. So dia akan lihat, oh sekarang kita tengah isu pasal apa? Oh pandemic COVID-19. Oh people keep on talking about vaccine. Oh bagus. So dia akan create content. So yang bagus kalau kita create content, knowledge production yang betul, yang positif, is okay. But there's a lot of people that always, yang dia tak filter, dia tahu je ada sedikit, dia gather daripada here and there, okay, tanpa do the citation, tanpa membaca daripada maklumat yang sahih. Jadi dia akan gather, dia akan create the new content dan dia terus blast, do the knowledge sharing with others. Yang itu yang kita tak nak. Jadi bila ada ramai pengikut, one after another, dia akan you create more people that trust with the information that has been distributed to society. Itu maksudnya.
Okay.
Ada tak berlaku di sana?
Ada, ya.
Yes,
Jadi di
yes.
Indonesia ada yang penting. Saya jadi orang pertama yang menyebar informasi.
Ya,
Terserah
betul.
informasi apa, pokoknya saya orang pertama. Itu
Betul.
jagoan itu.
Ya, itu yang saya ingin tekankan. Sometimes kita, kenapa itu yang dikatakan warrior? Kerana dia nak menjadi terkenal, dia nak jadi orang yang pertama, macam Pak Agus kata, yang introducekan that story to others, to the public, to the society. Tanpa menilai, tanpa evaluate kesahihan maklumat tersebut. I think during the pandemic COVID-19, there's a lot. That's why one of the article by Lee and Wang tadi itu di Wuhan ya, from China. So they investigate that. Memang dia punya dia tengok dia punya artikel nanti dekat references saya ada dia punya paper. Saya harap semua boleh baca. So memang dia punya increase ya daripada tahun 2019 the slope to higher. Sebab apa? There's a lot of people keluarkan paper itu untuk menulis mengenai pandangan apa yang berlaku because information is overload, information is scattered. People try to create this new era, new situation ni dengan menulis, membuat satu content development about the COVID-19. Jadi betul ya. So itu yang kita perlu lakukan. The urge, the need of the media information literacy, sepatutnya be embedded. So kalau ini saya rasa is the common thing. Before I would like to go the transformation of IL, I need to explain a bit the development of IL. So actually IL is actually come from Latin, whereby the word is come from the information meaning of the concept or the idea. And literate meaning that learn. Meaning that we need to understand the concept and the idea that we need to learn it. So the traditional literacy is actually 3R. Read, write, arithmetic. Membaca, menulis, mengira. Kalau di Malaysia, started with the early childhood education, inilah yang kita akan kenalkan. Saya rasa di Indonesia juga mesti begitu ya. Membaca, menulis, mengira. Okay, then after that, whenever we already know how to read, how to write, how to do the calculation, so we relate it with the collaboration in order to communicate with others. Why we need to communicate with others? Because this is actually being able to solve the problem, and then at the same time, we are using the platform like the information technology and network to make it the creations of the knowledge sharing and also knowledge creation. Okay, therefore, due to the digital age, people are using most of the devices, and then what we call it as a computer literacy is either we use dulu kita guna PC, email, okay, and then presentation tools, we can use it PowerPoint, okay, and then we also have to know the databases access as a basic, yeah, in order to do the knowledge sharing. So there's a lot of definition, okay, but the most thing that I think that we use is about the by UNESCO, yeah, since 2004. They introduced that information literacy is the set of ability to recognize what and when information is needed, to locate and select it critically, and use ethical and communicate it effectively. Okay, so that is the most important thing. Yeah, so Alia said that a set of ability to acquire individual to recognize, okay, when is information needed, ability to locate, evaluate, and use effectively the needed information. If you can see, there's a similarity among the definition that's been introduced, okay, by the authorized bodies. Yeah. So, however, the pioneer of the information literacy is by the president of the National Commission of Library and Information Science by Paul Zukolski. It is in the 1974. He said that information literate, yeah, is the individual people who are being trained in the application of the information resources that can learn techniques and skill by utilize the wide range of information tools as well as the molding the information solution to their problem. I think this is most closely related in our daily life. In our daily life, what is the purpose we seek information? Kenapa perlunya kita cari, mengetahui maklumat tersebut? Kerana apa? Kerana kita perlukan that information, okay, to reduce uncertainty and also for decision making or to solve the problem in our daily life. So that's why is either kita ni datang daripada program LIS ke ataupun bukan. Saya rasa sebagai mana semua manusia, semua masyarakat, semua society, they need information in their daily life. Yeah? So, bila kita kaitkan information di dalam pendidikan, okay, kita boleh mengatakan that information literacy is actually being embedded, especially for the 21st century learning, enable students to master, okay, produce, synthesize, and evaluate of the information so that they can understand and respect for the diversity of the culture. So like I said tadi, memang itulah yang diperlukan 3R, read, write, arithmetic, membaca, menulis dan mengira. But since we are involved in the 21st century learning, we need that 4C. Apa itu 4C? Critical thinking, creative communication and collaboration. Okay, maksudnya kita bila kita duduk di dalam masyarakat berilmu dan kita perlu menjadi masyarakat yang berpengetahuan, maka kita perlu ada maklumat dekat tacit and explicit, kita share by using the 4C. Critical, creativity, communication, and collaborate. This is from the Bernard Barra, the founder of the CEO of the teaching quality. Yeah. So again, they highlight that the critical skill of the 21st century adalah information, media, and technology skill. Yang mana ini adalah salah satu critical skill yang perlu ada untuk 21st century learning, ya, information and media and technology skill. Okay, so the importance, why importance of IL? Saya rasa IL is so important at school level, higher education, even though in the workplace. Okay, so this is involved, ya, tak semestinya hanya untuk di sekolah sahaja, tetapi it is actually across the board. For the higher education and also in the workplace. Kalau tidak adalah setiap elemen itu mesti ada. Okay, harus ada the IL punya module and models that been introduced at school level, at higher education and also at workplace. Okay, let me share a bit about in Malaysia scenario. Malaysia scenario, one of the trusted institution of Malaysia is the what we call is National Library. Saya rasa semua dekat dunia ni semua ada ya National Library ya. So what is the one of the activity that National Library in Malaysia, mereka melakukan the agenda of the information literacy yang mana mereka bekerjasama dengan public library, academic library and also school library untuk come out the basic of the information literacy. Baru-baru ini, okay, kita in the conjunction of the UNESCO of the program of the media and information literacy, PNM, ya, Perpustakaan Negara Malaysia telah memperkenalkan konsep of the library and media of the information, okay, yang mana kita telah integrate it by using the online learning, ELMM, literacy, media dan maklumat. Okay, kita gunakan melalui portal National Library yang mana dia telah memperkenalkan ada 3 modul dia, iaitu modul asas, modul pertengahan dan modul lanjutan. Asas is more kepada sekolah, pertengahan is kepada higher education, lanjutan adalah kepada profesional. So saya rasa perkara ini patut diperkenalkan dan diadakan. So modul itu dia terkait rapat untuk introducekan based on these 3 level. Ya, asas, pertengahan dan lanjutan. Ya. So what are the core things that they need to know? Okay. So the first one is the competency of they need to know the needs of the information. Okay, kalau masa kajian saya, masa I'm doing the research for my PhD, the first things that the important thing dalam information literacy core skill adalah task identification ataupun problem identification. Sebagai pelajar, saya merasakan anda semua kena faham actually what is actually the problem identification. Apa dia maklumat yang diperlukan. Memang kadang-kadang pelajar dia punya skillful is very fast. Okay, dia terus ambil dia punya devices, handphone ataupun dia ambil dia punya laptop, terus Google, terus search. Apa itu? Dia punya, katakanlah kita belajar tentang library services. Okay, dia pun Google library services. Tetapi the most important thing, the competency yang you kena ada adalah you kena faham apa dia sebenarnya maklumat yang diperlukan. Apakah dia problem identification ataupun task yang diberikan kepada anda semua. You kena faham. Baca soalan tersebut. Supaya itu saya kata membaca. Baca apa dia problem. Apa dia scope of the information yang perlu dicari. The need, what are the information needs, okay? Then barulah kita search that information. Okay, nak search guna apa platform yang ada. Adakah kita guna tools, OPAC, portal, website, okay? Ataupun kita refer kepada library, buku, ataupun magazine, journal. Kita search, then barulah kita do the collection. Kita kena evaluate the information based on what? The reliability, the accuracy, the authority, and it must be timeline. Apa dimaksudkan timeline? It must be current, updated. Okay, so barulah kita akan mendapat maklumat yang sahih, yang tepat. Then you organize it. You need to organize the information that found, okay, and then you use it by using, okay, creatively. You tak boleh ambil apa yang you jumpa, you terus ikut. Itu sudah ada jadi copy and paste and plagiarism. You need to restructure. You need to rework. You need to what? You need to criticize. Okay, katakanlah according to Ali, it stated that information literacy is the information needed. So apa yang you kata, then you criticize balik. You critique, you creative, you use your own words. Ali kata macam ni, Abu kata macam ni, tetapi what is your opinion? However, from my opinion, information literacy is what. Okay, so that's why you need to communicate it creatively and critically. Okay, barulah kita ability to use the information, okay, and then use a proper citation style, okay, and then sometimes you need to address if it is a sensitive or if it is a confidential information, you need to put it remain anonymous or unidentified. According to Mr. A, you cannot name that person. So itu maksudnya. Kita tahu saja tak guna, tetapi kita kena ada, kita kena peka, kita kena sensitive the ethics in information use. Okay? So why is IL? It is empower people in all walks of life to seek, evaluate, use, and create information effectively to achieve your personal life, your goals, and also your occupational. Okay, so in that's why the information literacy is important. That's why the roles of information professionals such as librarians, they need to become a partner in the information literacy education. Okay, as information literacy is the survival skill in the information age, they should be able to take a lead role in developing and delivering learning support strategy to ensure the true meaning of it. Okay, so I think this is some of the models of IL that are closely related with the information seeking processes, information behavior. Among the 4 things that I would like to share is about the Kutao. I did use Kutao during my research, whereby Kutao introduced, okay, 6 stages, yeah. Initiation, selection, explore, formulate, collection, and present. Okay, so Kutao dia kaitkan dengan 6 stages berkaitan dengan 3 research, iaitu behavior, cognitive. What is cognitive? Is about your mental behavior. Yeah, about your mental. Cognitive, your mental ability. Affective, affection is about your feeling. Ya, macam mana feeling, ya, stages tu macam mana. Kalau kita tak tahu maklumat itu betul atau tidak, kita tense. Some people study, dia punya anxiety level akan meningkat. And then the emotional stability juga terpengaruh. Okay, sebab apa? Mungkin saya tak share, ya, but some of my talk I did share, ya. During the pandemic COVID-19, ya, banyak pelajar dia jadi stres. Banyak pelajar dia jadi murung ataupun depressed because they cannot handle with the information overload. Okay, dia jadi explode. Okay, because dia jadi kurang tenang, kerana kurang enak, dia tidak tahu mana satu maklumat ni, yang mana satu dia nak analyze, yang mana satu dia boleh gunakan untuk dia punya assignment. Dia jadi begitu. Jadi kita memang ada kajian yang menunjukkan because of the information overload, dia jadi the emotional stability. Yeah. Jadi, and also the physical, the actions. What are the actions they should take about it? Yeah. So that is Kutang. And then Joyce and Tolman also said that there's focus 4. Okay, is related with the study based on the topic choice by the student, finding of the information, using of the information, and their final project is that they share their experience with others. Okay, and then empowering it is also from the University of Colombo in Sri Lanka. The first step is to identify the information, they explore, select, organize, create, present, assess, and apply of the information. Yeah, so this is the famous, okay, big 6 skill by the Elizabeth. Okay, the first one, yeah, the 6 big skill is actually they see how people from all ages, okay, it's not only the student, solve the information problem. Yeah, from the practice and study, the successful the information problem solving, okay, accomplished with the 6 stages, whereby it is they need to do the task definition, information seeking strategy, location and access, use of the information, to synthesize it, and to evaluate. Okay, I use this, okay, in one of my research. Okay, I use this model with one of the selected higher institution of education. What I found that among of these stages, students claim that the first one, they stuck at the task definition. Because whenever dia tak faham apa dia tugasan dan soalan, jadi dia tak boleh nak identify apa maklumat yang perlu saya cari ni. Sebab itu yang dia end up, dia Google semua dan dia cari. Bila dia dah cari, dia dah kumpul. Jadi dia tak tahu yang mana satu sebenarnya adalah maklumat yang nak diinterpret dan dia charge untuk selesaikan tugasan yang diberikan tadi. Okay, so that is in the real situation happen for my research. I tak boleh nak generalizekan, mungkin is differ from your side, tapi from my finding with one of the selected students from one university, so this is what I found. Okay, students hardly to identify the information needed in order to complete the task given. Okay, but they are easily, okay, the highest one is that they are easily, okay, know, okay, from where to locate the information. They are using whatever the assessment they can use, using the website, Google's, the electronic databases, journal. Yang itu mereka kata yes, they can easily. Okay, but sebenarnya yang apa menyebabkan mereka stuck adalah the first step. Jadi apabila the first step tu tak tahu, maka yang lain akan contributing factor to end up they will misinterpret or misjudge of the information. Okay, so this is among one of my study also, that digital information literacy. Okay, then I found that okay, for the each step, yeah, they are introduced that whatever it is, they need to be assessed. Kita tak boleh apabila one student dah start doing the presentation, even though you are using the concept of pedagogy. Apa maksud pedagogy? Maksudnya student set the learning platform. Maksudnya student have a freedom to set their learning environment. Okay, tetapi lecturers or the librarian or any other information professional, they need to assess the students' project ataupun output. Okay, then we need to give a feedback to them. Okay, so on the other hand, yeah, we also said that okay, among other researcher or other authors, yeah, kita juga boleh the subject information literacy is actually been revised, yeah, because we are living in the digital age. People keep on using, more researcher or more author are using computer literacy, media literacy, network literacy, digital literacy, data literacy, and also mobile literacy. It's become more extensions of the concept of information literacy. Okay, so however, the basic of this is actually still the same, whereby it is actually called guide the people to obtain, screen, evaluate, and integrate the useful of the information and diverse information sources to determine a direction of action of the student. So that's why it is actually the combination, yeah, information literacy and digital literacy. However, the digital literacy is actually whenever people are using, okay, the digital technology. Okay, so digital literacy is actually the same, find and use information, but it goes beyond whenever apabila kita menggunakan untuk communicate, collaborate and social, kita menggunakan digital devices. Jadi itulah kita panggilkan digital literacy. However, apa yang you nak communicate, apa yang you nak collaborate, kita masih lagi menggunakan maklumat. So that's why both digital and information literacy are the importance in learning, teaching, research, and essential skill for student and staff. Okay, another important proposed model by Calvani, yeah, dia integratekan, yeah, the technology, cognitive, and ethical. Okay, so this is the most, bila kita duduk di dalam the digital age, so this is another 3 dimension that should be focusing, okay, about the technology. How kita kena pandai menggunakan technology devices. Kalau kita lihat ada ya study yang mengenal pasti some of us as walaupun kita telah tinggal di digital age, ada masih lagi yang terdapat techno-stress. Apa yang dimaksudkan techno-stress? The inability or capability of using the technology devices. Dia jadi techno-stress. Nak buka laptop, nak guna mobile, dia tak tahu. Okay, so that's why the components of technological by Calvani they introduced. You must know using the technological contact in a flexible way. And then your cognitive, your mental ability to assess, to select and critical evaluation of information. Creative, critical thinking. Okay, you should have it. Yeah? And then you must use it ethical way. Interacting using the ICT in a responsible way. Okay, So this is another element that you need to know. You must have a functional skill, creativity, critical thinking, culture and social understanding, collaboration, the ability to find and select information. You must communicate with others, and another is you must have the knowledge of e-safety. Like I said, that don't reveal your privacy to others. Okay, nowadays people are easily minta you punya uh, sensitive ataupun confidential information. You thought that that is a good things, you nak bagi, sebenarnya you kena tahu. Okay, please use the information safely. Yeah. Sebab apa sekarang data is being scattered. Okay, we know that nowadays people keep on saying that machine learning. Okay, we just dump all the data. Kita bagi data. Kalau orang pandai hack, dia akan guna dan ambil data tersebut dan misuse of your data for their own benefit. Okay, so that's why you only give, because this data, people can easily take it, store it, and analyze it, okay, and then misinterpret it to others. Okay, so that's why kita hanya bagi data yang relevant. Sebab data-data inilah juga yang kita akan gunakan untuk menjadikan maklumat, knowledge, and then kita gunakan untuk kebijaksanaan kita dalam kehidupan harian. Sebab kalau kita belajar daripada kita guna knowledge spectrum by Russell Ackoff, ya, kita ada 4 stages tu. Data is the unprocessed, okay, raw material. Tetapi bila kita proses tadi data tersebut, dia akan menjadi maklumat. Okay, apa itu maklumat? Is a valuable or meaningful to the person. Dan apabila maklumat ini difahami, okay, dia akan menjadi pengetahuan ataupun knowledge. Dan if this knowledge has been practiced or applied in your daily life, maka dia akan menjadi seseorang yang bijaksana ataupun wisdom. Itu daripada Russell Ackoff, ya, ada 4. DIKW. You cari artikel tu mesti jumpa. Data, information, knowledge and wisdom. Kita nak jadi orang yang macam tu, ya. Okay. So that's why kita kena ada juga data literacy. What is data literacy? Kita kena faham data. Apa itu data? Dan juga kita kena mahir mengetahui untuk membaca data-data yang ada. Sebab kadang-kadang kalau kita interpret the wrong data, kita akan memberi maklumat yang salah. Mislead and inappropriate ways. Pernah tak baca data? Sebagai pelajar LIS, saya rasa banyak data, simbol. So you kena faham, you kena pandai, okay, menjadi data literacy. Bila kita baca data literacy dengan betul, maka kita akan interpret maklumat yang betul. Kalau kita salah, kita tengok benda tu, data tu, kita dah salah, jadi kita boleh mislead or inappropriate, giving the wrong information. Okay, so what is data literacy? The ability to read, work, analyze, and argue with the data. Okay, you read the data, you're working with the data, you analyze the data, and you argue of the data so that you put it in a narrative way, okay, to communicate to the particular audience. Okay, so other than that, I think we need to be aware with MIL. What is MIL? Okay, what is MIL? Yeah. Okay, MIL is actually the media and information literacy that has been also introduced by UNESCO. Yeah, MIL has been introduced as a set of competency that empowers citizens to assess, retrieve, understand, evaluate, and use to create as well as share information. We're using media content. MIL ni beza pula. Dia terkait. Memang sama. Basic ni sama. okay, access, retrieve, understand, evaluate, create and share information, tetapi you menggunakan juga other things by using the media platform in various tools in a critical, ethical and effective way, so that, okay, the intention of MIL berbeza. Apa dia? So that you can participate and engage in the personal, professional and societal activity. Macam kita buat create WhatsApp group. What is the WhatsApp group is needed? Because you need to increase the engagement among your student, to share the information, to participate the knowledge sharing by using the media platform. Betul tak? That is bind the social, apa dia? The social capital. Bila kita create satu platform social media, kita menggalakkan society ataupun pelajar kita untuk view, to share the idea in a critical, creative and that will engage their participation and engagement di dalam sesuatu perkara yang kita bincangkan. Ya, so itu maksud MIL, ya, maksudnya platform tersebut. Sekejap ya. Aku tak boleh. Okay, so media and information literacy is actually a critical and analytical skill needed for the digital user to evaluate information and to recognize the power of media in our daily life. So MIL must be empowered the ability to encounter the disinformation, misinformation and fake news. Okay, because every day we are dealing with the social media. Yeah, so that's why kita introduce the MIL. So it must be liberate people to understand, to facilitate them to the peaceful and for the sustainable development, especially to assess of the quality of the information. And one of the models that I would like to share with you is by Singh, okay, and also Drizzle, is that they are using the E-Artist MIL model. What is E-Artist? E is explore, okay, the knowledge. A, to assimilate of one tacit knowledge. Tacit tu apa? Maksudnya ilmu yang berada in your mind. Yeah, assimilate it. And R, reflect it. Okay, reflect it to others. What is T? Okay, translate it. Okay, the content. Okay, to add a value. And I is integrate it in your work. S is to share it, to transform it, and S mean to synthesize it, okay, by to the stakeholder by using the ethical and legal of use. Another thing under MIL is introduced by UNESCO is 5 law. Okay, 5 law. Okay, this is the important or the crucial that we introduce. Yeah, the first law is what? Okay, information communication, okay, as from our provider others, okay, it must be used for the sustainability of the development. This is MIL agenda is actually to support the SDG, sustainability, the development goals, yeah, okay, so that they are equal and then relevant to all of the society. And law number 2, every citizen, okay, must empower to know, to assess, okay, and then the MIL must be equal is either for their gender, okay, woman and man for the human right. Law number 3 is that, okay, it must be applied, used, okay, to the truth, transparent and understandable to the all citizens. And then law number 4, okay, every citizen, okay, must express, okay, their right, okay, their idea as a freedom to expression and then freedom to assert. And law number 5 is MIL must be based on a dynamic experience, and then it must have the three concept by Bachman, iaitu knowledge, skill, and also attitude. Okay, please read more about this. Yeah. Okay, what I'm trying to integrate, okay, because tadi kita ada the first start kita kata IL, information literacy. Then kita kata it must have, bila kita duduk digital age, dia mesti jadi digital literacy. Dan bila digital literacy, ada pula memperkenalkan data literacy. Dan apabila data literacy, the latest one is that the agenda of media information literacy. But what I try to recap is that, okay, as the basic, IL is important. Okay, kenapa? Dalam IL ni saya pecahkan ya kepada apa? Dia mesti ada kepada tiga. Input, process, output. The input is that the information behavior. Okay, perilaku maklumat. Itu terdiri daripada kita as a person. Okay, your cognitive, creative, thinking, okay, perilaku you untuk mencari maklumat. The information behavior is important. The basic pioneer about information behavior is by Wilson, yeah, in 1981. So Wilson found that the information characteristic, information behavior is so important. And then we need to know the second important, the input is information need. What are the information need? Apa yang you perlukan untuk to solve your daily life problem, untuk to reduce your uncertainty? What kind of information needed? Dan barulah you akan menggunakan the right information environment ataupun information platform. Adakah you menggunakan digital devices? Adakah you menggunakan social media? So itu yang dimaksudkan information environment. So barulah you can move to the next step of using the information process, that is information seeking process. You can use, there's a lot of model teori yang ada. Yang saya tunjuk ni adalah salah satu konsep by Kultang, information seeking process. Then barulah you generate the output, information use, information sharing, information collaboration with others to communicate it in a responsible way and ethically. Yeah? So itu step, ya, the transformation pada saya, input, process and output. So a few things, information behavior, information need, information environment, information seeking and information use. Okay, so I would like to share this year I'm working with the academic librarian. Okay, you know that pandemic COVID-19, yeah, whereby the whole world is facing a new global crisis, yeah. Then it is a must. Okay, all of the academic libraries need to change their role, okay, from the traditional role to the changing role, whereby my academic librarian is UITM, PITAR, Perpustakaan Tengku Abdul Razak. They change it in new responses in the managing the current situation to support teaching and learning. So what we do that at first, we found out that is true from the literature, also found that students still have lack of information literacy skill, and then there are low self-determined learner, and then they also the same thing, the competency. Okay, because we are transferred the changing role from the traditional to the digital or online. So these are the three main problems or issues that we identify. Therefore, okay, they identify that to introduce, to conduct extensive IL program, okay, through online classes and webinars to educate and support UITM community by using the right technique to three things, yeah, three important things: find and search the right information, to synthesize and evaluate the information for the assignment, especially for the student, research project, and then to fulfill their dissertation and thesis requirement. And for the academician and administrative staff, since most of us ataupun all of us at one stages, we are working from home. We cannot access the information. So the academic library need to support, okay, so that we as the academician or staff can use the information to do the right decision making for their planning, management, implementation, and also to support teaching and learning process. So they introduced that 11 program, okay, 11 program, okay, modules that are available. Okay, so this is among the program and webinar. I think in your university also must be, you also have this kind of program, I think, yeah. And then webinars, seminar, and then they also have training that be demanded by the users. Tak kisahlah sama ada pelajar ataupun pensyarah ataupun juga admin staff. Okay? So mereka ada buat library chat. So dekat library chat tu juga dia akan kenalkan ataupun they can request it by group numbers of student or individual. Yeah. So from there we found that the total participation increased. Can't you see that? Meningkat dekat daripada di Shah Alam dan juga di UiTM Selangor ada peningkatan, okay, daripada information literacy program. Okay, iaitu daripada achievement daripada 6,000. Kalau you tengok tahun 2020, okay, so kita mensasarkan, okay, kita menyangkakan memang berlaku peningkatan of the library user education program seramai daripada 6,000 kepada 14,000, daripada 6,000 kepada 12,000. Maksudnya during the pandemic COVID-19, there's a higher requested about the information literacy skill program. Yeah, so it shows that the demand from the 11 module offered throughout the year, the 3 most demanded is online database for literature, introduction to the library system, and also to the introduction to the perpustakaan Tun Abdul Razak electronic resources. So that is increasing, that is show the evidence of the user to participate in the IL skill program. Yang ini tadi. Okay, most increase that more than I think 60%. Okay, so that is to promote then about the IL in learning activity. So this is among the recommendations, okay, that we can do as the program learning IL to integrate in your curriculum. We can do the PBL, problem solving learning, resource-based learning, independent learning, self-assessed learning, so collaborative learning, seminar or presentation, problem-based learning. So this is among the IL learning activity that you can do. However, whenever you would like to do the information literacy program, the following question you should ask: who are your audience? Okay. Do you think that your audience is very competent in using the digital devices? Kalau you can do the webinar. You can do the online training session. And then what are the best methods to produce? And then how you're going to conduct it? Okay, what are methods that you're going to be considered? And then do you think that this is the effective way in order to do the program? Yeah. So among it, the IL concern is that you need to plan the strategy to make the IL program as important agenda in the national education program. And then you need to develop the information literacy model, standard teaching module for primary, secondary, and even though to the higher education institution. As for me, I think that you are come from the NIS program. That's why I need you menggalakkan you fikir, apakah dia satu model standard modul yang boleh digunakan bersesuaian dengan you punya user in future nanti. Sebab sekarang ni banyak saya banyak menggunakan western module. Okay, kita gunakan, kita tengok adakah kesesuaian dengan culture kita. Jadi kita boleh, kita boleh do the adopted or the adoption untuk kita adjust, revise mengikut kesesuaian kita punya pelajar ataupun pengguna kita nanti. Ya. So kita perlu juga embedded this information literacy in one of the important subject to nurture the information literate graduates. Okay, so IL needs to be promoted. IL is concern for all sector of society, and I think IL is integral part of the education and also to others. So what is your role? Okay, being as information professional, being as a librarian, curator, okay, or the record manager, okay, you need to promote the reading habits and creativity. Sebab saya katakan tadi, the basic thing of IL is membaca, menulis, mengira. Okay, and then do this, and then at the same time, you need to align with the current situation, digital age. Digital, data, media, you kena ada, jadi become a specialist. And then pada masa yang sama, try to create the content that the packaging so that you can help your user to do the problem solving. Okay, then you also need to do the collaborate partnership with bila you menjadi information professional ataupun librarians, you cannot work in silo. You tak boleh kata, oh, this is my work, I only do this. Let the lecturer think about others. Tak boleh. You need bekerjasama. You need to collaborate. You need to do the smart partnership. Okay, so that it will digest in a nice way. The student will get the outcome. Okay, yang hasil kerjasama daripada pensyarah dan juga as a librarian. You work together, barulah you align it. Okay, so that bila pensyarah bagi satu tugasan, okay, ini tugasan dia dan tugasan ini ada yang boleh kita hasil dan boleh dicari melalui library kita. Kita adakan sources. Sebab itu kalau kami dalam curriculum development, setiap pensyarah dia mesti masukkan bahan-bahan yang ada di dalam perpustakaan universiti tersebut. Jadi kita membantu pelajar kita. Ini kita pensyarah, kita buat satu assignment, kesian pelajar kita cari dekat library portal, cari dekat academic library, tak ada bahan tersebut. So kita jangan jadi too cruel ataupun mean, ya. So that's why kita kena kerjasama dengan librarian, ya, untuk membantu pelajar-pelajar kita. So in conclusion, we know that technology are very means to support the learning today. So the educator must define the best way to incorporate them in their classes so that students are prepared for the changing work environment. That's why we need to collaborate with the librarians and other stakeholders to make the successful of the IL program. Therefore, the implementation of IL skill program, it is actually not only a new approach, but it's also a strategy, especially during the pandemic COVID-19, to ensure the teaching and learning process can be implemented more comprehensively and uniformly. So it's hoped that their knowledge and skill, especially in managing the information accurately. So with that, thank you. So this is among the references. Okay, thank you. I pass back to Dr. Uti. Thank you.
Yeah, terima kasih Ibu. Thank you for the very inspiring lecture from Mrs. Shamila. Ini banyak sekali ya Bu ya yang bisa kita dapatkan apabila kita bisa tentang literasi informasi. Karena sebentar ini harus dipindahkan dulu Bu. Karena kalau saya nggak hadir nanti saya dimarahin ini. Harus dua. Ya tadi ada kata-kata yang ada satu kalimat yang saya sangat saya rasakan ya Bu ya. Jadi ada how we depend on the internet and the inability to solve the real life problems. Nah itu ya, ini kayak sepertinya setiap anak-anak kita dihadapkan dengan itu mungkin sekarang ya Bu ya, termasuk saya juga di sini, bagaimana melihat YouTube masak setiap hari tapi prakteknya nggak pernah. Nah ini juga ya, tidak pernah make it happen untuk membuat masakan itu. Kemudian di sini juga mungkin saya akan membuka, I will open session for discussion and question from student, lecturer or friends. Jadi Ibu di sini kita juga yang hadir tidak hanya mahasiswa tapi ada lecturer juga. Kemudian ada beberapa kolega yang berasal dari perpustakaan Bu. Jadi tertarik pada tema dari Ibu sehingga hadir di sini. Terima kasih juga untuk teman-teman. Nah, mungkin ada yang ingin bertanya, you can ask in bahasa or English because Bu Shamila very well in Indonesia. Ya Bu ya, jadi boleh ngobrol pakai bahasa Indonesia. Silahkan ada yang ingin bertanya atau didiskusikan. Saya buka, mungkin di chat room belum ada ya Bu ya. Di chat room belum ada pertanyaan, tapi mungkin dari beberapa teman-teman di sini atau dari mahasiswa yang ingin bertanya. Mangga, silahkan, saya persilahkan. Ini belum kelihatan. Mungkin nanti saya dibantu oleh Bang Alvin. Mungkin ada yang raise hand di sini yang tidak terlihat oleh saya. Belum. Mungkin dari Pak Agus. Mungkin Pak Agus ini di sini juga ada. Tadi saya lihat ada Santi Maulani. Halo Ibu Santi. Nah, ini Ibu Santi ada librarian dari rumah sakit ya Bu Santi ya? Ya.
Siap,
Iya.
betul Ibu.
Iya, mungkin bisa ini juga nanti ya, diskusi juga. Enggak Pak Agus, mungkin Pak Agus sudah buka mic.
Ya.
Silahkan Pak Agus.
Baik,
Bu Wina udah angkat tangan.
Bu Wina pun ada, ya.
Silahkan Bu Wina, tadi tidak terlihat.
Baik, terima kasih Bu Ute. Kalau Bu Samira, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yeah, I just want to ask, do you have UITM have a model self about the information literacy, so we can learn from you the model of the information literacy.
Oke, thank you Bu Wina. Apa kabar? Alhamdulillah ketemu kita ya. Oke, so kalau kita katakan modal kita tidak ada, sebab itu saya kata kita masih lagi masa saya bekerjasama dengan academic librarian, kita masih lagi menggunakan the 6 big skill. Kita mengikut model tersebut untuk mengkaji pelajar dan juga untuk come out with the module. Modul kita ada, tetapi model information literacy kita masih mengikut the 6 big skill. Ya, itu yang saya harus ketengahkan. Ya, InsyaAllah, we also looking. I'm working with Perpustakaan Negara Malaysia. So hopefully we come out because whatever it is, but PNM they are more using again the 6 big skill juga. Di Malaysia most of us using the 6 big skill. Yeah. Thank you Bu Wina. Di Indonesia bagaimana Bu Wina?
Unpad have self model. Kita memiliki model sendiri. Adaptasi terhadap pengetahuan lokal begitu. Jadi melihat kebutuhan mahasiswa Unpad yang berasal dari berbagai daerah, akhirnya hasil penelitian bersama kita punya model Unpad yang dikembangkan yang kita pakai dalam kegiatan literasi informasi mahasiswa baru. Gitu. Setiap tahun mahasiswa baru ada program literasi informasi dalam perkuliahan bersama. Itu kita adopt ya dari berbagai model, kemudian kita build up dengan bentuk tambahan adalah pengetahuan lokal. Itu bersama.
Yes, Bu Wina, menarik perhatian mengenai pengetahuan lokal. Kalau kita lihat di Malaysia pun kita memang saya rasa pun kita serumpun ya. Sebenarnya we never explore. Itu yang baru-baru ini saya mendapat satu grant untuk mengkaji information literacy di kalangan kaum asal di Malaysia. So memang baru lagi early stage, yang mana saya nanti boleh juga bertanya dengan para sahabat di Unpad ya, tolong bantu saya ya. Nanti saya akan buat focus group untuk membantu saya. Memang kita tengah melihat bagaimana literasi maklumat di kalangan kaum asal. Ya, kita kena good things. Thank you.
Terima kasih. Kalau boleh juga kami ingin bisa baca modulnya yang dipunyai ICM.
Boleh. Nanti saya akan minta permission from the Pitar dan saya akan share. Kita mungkin boleh buat one session.
Terima kasih Bu Shamila. Terima kasih.
Sama-sama.
Terima kasih Ibu Wina. Mungkin pertanyaan kedua dari Pak Agus tadi yang sudah ingin bertanya. Mengapa Pak Agus?
Ya, terima kasih
Time is yours.
Ibu Shamila.
Yes.
Saya tarik ini, kan kita mau membuat program untuk library information and media literacy, yeah. And so we have to tell them how important to choose wisely the media you use. Now, mereka suka bertanya, what is the problem you will face if you choose the wrong media to share or to distribute information? Because that's very important, because people say media is just media. We can use media without any problem. So what is the important thing of choosing the right media?
Okay. Terima kasih Pak Agus. Soalan itu maksudnya di sini, maksudnya the importance of choosing the right media. Pada saya, that's why kita kena tahu the content, the first. Bila saya mengajar the sociology of the knowledge, okay, sociology of the knowledge, what I can see that the knowledge production, the content creation is important. So pelajar kena tahu konten yang dia mahu bangunkan itu, dia mahu kongsikan dengan siapa, okay, dan apakah konten yang dibuat itu untuk menggunakan, adakah untuk create the important thing is the, bila saya kata MIL adalah to increase the participation and engagement. Okay, jadi bila kita mengatakan content creator itu, sebenarnya kita menggunakan satu platform yang mana platform itu terdiri daripada apa-apa media sahaja, tetapi the aim is to deliver the to get the participation and engagement among the society. Okay, membezanya dengan IL tadi maksudnya hanya menggunakan mencari maklumat, mengakses maklumat. Tapi apabila kita engage dengan media, kita tahu niat kita ini, nawaitunya ingin share, communicate, collaborate to the public supaya kita dapat engage the participation and engagement dengan society. Dari situ dia akan wujudnya social capital. Apa itu social capital? The trust, mutual agreement of the information between the society. Itu maksudnya media tadi. Maksudnya media information and literacy. It will bind the society, okay, dengan trusted and mutual agreement of the information that they share in that platform. Bolehkah Pak Agus?
Ya, jelas sekali.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sebab mungkin saya tambah sedikit ya, sekarang ini kadang-kadang niat kita untuk macam Pak Agus katalah, they would like to be a warrior. Kadang-kadang tidak ada apa benda pun, dia terus je bagi. Tapi sebenarnya niat dia apa? Dia nak berkongsikan maklumat tu untuk apa? Adakah dia nak generate the social capital, the increase the engagement and participation among others? Okey, kadang-kadang kita dapat maklumat. Kita dapat maksud saya melalui WhatsApp WhatsApp. Semua dapat, kita baca. Ada yang tak baca pun. Wow, terus laju. Saya nak share lah. Share dengan ada. Semua share dapat. Tapi dia tak filter. What is information? Adakah information ini begitu manfaat, benefit kepada the society? Kita nak adakan social capital punya engagement tadi. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ada di chat.
Ya, terima kasih Pak Agus dan Bu Shamila. Mungkin ada satu lagi dari mahasiswa yang ikut hadir di perkuliahan hari ini. Ada Ibu Evi juga di sini, Bu Evi. Bu Evi-nya nggak mau buka mic. Malu mungkin Bu Shamila, ini Bu Evi-nya.
Bu Ute, Pak Dedi Mulyadi ada di chat dari Dinas Perpustakaan Sukabumi.
Oh iya Bu. Oh ya, saya bacakan saja ya Bu Shamila.
Ya, ya boleh.
Pertanyaan dari Pak Dedi Mulyadi, Dinas Perpustakaan Kabupaten Sukabumi. Program apa yang dilakukan oleh teman-teman di Malaysia berkaitan dengan informasi literasi pada tingkat dasar, menengah, dan profesional? Mungkin ini the example what they do in information literacy program maybe ya.
Okay,
Something like that.
Okay,
Betul
okay.
ya Pak Dedi ya?
Ya, betul, Bu.
Ya.
Kan pasti beda-beda beda-beda sasaran target dan apa yang mau dicapainya pasti beda.
Oh iya.
Okay, betul. Terima kasih Pak Dedi. Glamour nama Dedi. Okey dah. Betul ya. Pak Dedi dari mana ya? Daripada perpustakaan.
Saya dari public library.
Oh, public library. Okey. Terima kasih Pak Dedi. Kalau kita lihat di Malaysia, ya, that's why I cakap tadi, kita menjadi our national library, they collaborate dengan academic library, public library and school library, they become the champions of IL program. Okay, so memang ya mula-mulanya kita agak sukar sebab kenapa? Tak semua orang faham apa itu IL program. Am I right? Because mereka kata as a teacher, they will say that, we do that. Membaca, menulis, mengira, we do that, dia cakapkan. Tetapi apa perbezaan dia adalah kita nak student kita tahu assess, evaluate dan the information in the right way. So apa yang berlaku adalah kalau di peringkat sekolah, kalau di sekolah kita ada projek nilam. I think di Indonesia pun ada yang mana pelajar diberi buku, okay, maksudnya buku apa saja yang mereka suka baca. Dan mereka kena buat some sort like kalau kita di peringkat universiti macam abstract. Maksudnya summarization. Ya. Jadi apabila mereka buat di situ, mereka akan faham apa dia maklumat dan mereka akan ambil sintesa. Kita tak, maksudnya kita juga menggalakkan mereka untuk to reduce copy and paste syndrome. Ya. Jadi di situ. Dan kita akan buat projek dan guru-guru akan key in data tersebut dan kita menggalakkan bagi pelajar yang banyak membaca, reading habits mereka increase dan kita akan reward that student. Okay, kita ada pelajar ataupun duta, kita panggil nilam project. Okay, nilam ya, National Information Literacy Program ya. Okay, manakala di peringkat professional, kita hanya menggunakan platform sebab bila professional ini kita mengharapkan adalah program-program lanjutan yang mana Perpustakaan Negara Malaysia dia bekerjasama dengan public library. Okay, mereka akan buat some sort of the IL program yang mana kadang-kadang ada permintaan daripada company, okay, untuk mengajar untuk macam mana mencari bahan-bahan yang berkaitan dengan syarikat mereka. Maksudnya kalau katakanlah saya ada oil and gas. So macam mana dia akan cari jurnal-jurnal yang terkait rapat yang berkaitan dengan kerja mereka. So itu sebab tadi saya kata data literacy is important. Becoming as a librarian, you need to know how to read the data. Sebab kita jangan fikir semua bahan-bahan itu terkaitnya dengan LIS sahaja. Kadang-kadang kita become a librarian, you need to know that some of special resources, betul tak ya, special resources to others. Okey, terutama kalau syarikat-syarikat lain mereka menggalakkan mencari bahan pada saya ya, iaitu research skill, bahan-bahan yang terkini ataupun untuk mengajar mereka untuk membaca bahan dan data tersebut. Okey, macam saya bagi contoh juga kalau academic library, kami sebagai pensyarah kadang-kadang kita refer kepada library untuk ajar librarian untuk memberitahu the status statistik kalau kita ada daripada Scopus ataupun Web of Science ya, apa dia yang terkini artikel tersebut dan berapa percentage artikel yang dikeluarkan pada tahun range 2000 contoh 5 tahun yang kebelakang. So itu antara yang program-program yang kerap dilakukan ya. Tetapi yang saya lihat kalau untuk di sekolah rendah kita banyak program yang kita buat CSR, more kepada macam information hunt, itu juga kita menggalakkan information literacy program. Okay, terima kasih Pak Dedi atas soalan tersebut.
Terima kasih, Bu
Bagaimana
Shamila.
di sana ya Pak Dedi? Pak Dedi ada buat program tak? Saya tanya semula ya Bu Ibu.
Ya, sama. Di sini juga kalau untuk level dasar kita ada yang namanya read aloud ya. Ada membacakan nyaring, read aloud untuk level dasar, tingkat TK sampai dengan sekolah dasar. Tapi di usia-usia SMP ya seperti itu tadi, membuat abstrak atau mereka membuat resensi. Kalau di level perkuliahan mungkin ya belajar bagaimana mencari informasi di jurnal, di sumber informasi yang lain. Kira-kira sih seperti itu. Dan kita juga memang perlu kolaborasi sebetulnya dengan Unpad.
Oke.
Harus kolaborasi.
Ya, harus. Satu lagi program yang saya terlibat pada tahun 2019 adalah I personally integrate that, because semua sekarang ni I keep on saying that digital era. Semua sekolah nak teknologi. Tetapi the component part of IL mereka tertinggal. Jadi apabila kita bangunkan ya, kita nak assess ya digital literacy skill among the student. Jadi saya masukkan through gamification. Ya, kita outsource game untuk pelajar sekolah. Mereka kan excited bila dengar game mereka nak buat ya. Tetapi dalam game tu kita ada buat certain soalan, kita uji pemahaman literasi maklumat mereka. Maksudnya, adakah anda akan berkongsi maklumat anda kepada orang yang anda tidak kenali? Jadi mereka akan jawab. Jadi kebanyakannya bab etika, kalau untuk pelajar sekolah menengah, they have the highest range of the ethical using. Tetapi bab kognitif mereka tidak synthesize, dia tidak tahu, dia tak faham. Okay, thank you. Jadi through gamification also kita boleh buat untuk test information literacy pelajar.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
Bu Shamila.
Sama-sama.
Ya, Pak Dedi, terima kasih. Ada 2 pertanyaan lagi ya Bu Shamila sebelum kita tutup. Pertanyaannya adalah bagaimana menindaklanjuti media information literacy ini dalam tataran kebijakan informasi di pemerintah daerah. Maybe I translate for you how to follow up this MIL at the level of information policy in local government.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Thank you.
Pemerintah daerah is local government.
Okay.
In Indonesia, provinsi and then kota or kabupaten, something like that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So kalau ikutkan agenda MIL ni macam saya katakanlah, it actually come from the UNESCO, and kalau kita lihat setiap negara membawa agenda ini. Kalau macam kami membawa agenda MIL ini di bawah 2, because kita ada 2 partner kerjasama. Satu melalui tourism minister, satu lagi di bawah education minister. Okay, because our national library under tourism. Okay, so education di under Ministry of Education. So bila itu maksudnya program lanjutan yang kita selalu ada, kita memang akan memperkenalkan. Saya baru-baru ini dah been a part of the committee. Kita panggilkan adalah NILA. Okay, NILA adalah National Information Literacy Agenda. Kita akan mengadakan bekerjasama dengan government untuk produce one akta, okay, mengenai National Information Literacy Agenda. Yang mana itu seperti yang awal tadi saya katakan, kita akan memperkenalkan MIL yang akan diperkenalkan kepada tiga asas, pertengahan dan lanjutan. So itu yang kita akan dalam proses lagi ya, kita akan membuat perbincangan lanjut dan kita akan memperkenalkan this National Information Literacy Agenda. Dan kita harapkan setiap sekolah, setiap higher institution dan setiap professional bodies akan mengaplikasikan this Information Literacy Agenda. Okay, thank you. Adakah sudah menjawab tadi yang bertanya Rifki, Pak Rifki?
Pak Rifki dari Banjar ya Pak Rifki ya?
Iya, siap, dari pemerintah Kota Banjar.
Kota Banjar is
Di
far away
Jawa.
from Bandung.
Oh, okey. Patutlah saya lihat dia duduk dekat atas flyover tadi.
Ya.
Ya.
Thank you, terima kasih Bu Shamila jawabannya. Insya Allah nanti bisa kita aplikasikan untuk di tingkat pemerintah kota di sini.
Ya.
Tadi yang di tingkat dasar, pertengahan dan lanjutan tadi mungkin kalau di kami ya berarti sekolah dasar, sekolah menengah atau mungkin di sekolah tingkat atas dan perguruan tinggi atau juga mungkin melibatkan masyarakat ya, society untuk bisa ikut terlibat di situ.
Betul. Kerana apa Pak Rizky? Kadang-kadang kami di Malaysia pun macam tu. It should come top to bottom. Dia macam turun wahyu dari langit. Barulah semua orang kena buat. People won't say that not important. So, bila daripada pemerintah yang mengatakan benda ini penting dan sebab itu kita sebagai profesional, kita keep on saying that this is important. Kalau saya tidak boleh berkata important tanpa ada evidence. Sebab itu saya suka membuat research dan from my research, I always send it off to show that this is the fact findings to prove it is important. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Makasih Bu Shamila. Thank you.
Ya, terima kasih Pak Rifki dan Bu Shamila.
Ya,
Mungkin ini pertanyaan terakhir, the last question from Santi Maulani. Indicator of the success literacy program beside the number of program, number of participant, percentage increase. So the result can be used material for evaluating the literacy program. Maybe evaluasi untuk program literasi maybe. How to evaluate the literacy program. But I'm very interested about the evidence, like you said.
Yes.
Because for lecturer or researcher, but evidence is very important to us to say something. The evaluation from evidence maybe, ya Bu Shamila ya.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Bu Santi. So sebenarnya macam ni, bila saya nak membuat kajian tentang keberkesanan, what I said that the effectiveness of the information literacy program, memang betul. Kadang-kadang kita hanya ukur feedback saja, apa pandangan mereka, betul tak? And then if kita tampak macam tadi one of the pitar, the immediate solution kita tengok one of it, kita can interpret melalui peningkatan frekuensi demand of the IL program. Selain daripada itu juga memang kami sedang merancang kita buat pre and post test. Maksudnya pelajar sebelum mereka menghadiri IL program dan selepas mereka menghadiri IL program. Kita akan memberi satu tugasan dan daripada situ kita ukur pemahaman kemahiran IL mereka. Itu juga boleh dilakukan pre and post test. Another one tadi yang saya sebutkan bagi pelajar sekolah rendah dan menengah, saya pernah buat observation. Saya buat observation dan saya sendiri interpret from what are they doing. Okay. So bila tu saya ada tetamu cilik dari kucing cat. Okay. Jadi dari situ juga saya lihat student they tends to kadang-kadang dia kata dia claim, I am very good. Dia jawab satu soalan sebelum, I am very good with this. I am know about this. Tapi bila saya observe, sebenarnya tidak. Jadi through observation juga you boleh membuat penelitian, pemerhatian yang tepat mengenai kemahiran maklumat dan evaluation of that student. Okay. Satu lagi tadi saya kata melalui gamification. Sebab student kalau kita bagi, dia tak nak jawab. Apa tahu end up-nya dia semua buat neutral yang di tengah itu. Betul tak pelajar kita Dia malas. Dia jadi neutral. Jadi kita punya finding pun macam tak reliable. Jadi bila kita bagi through gamification, that is the sincerity mereka buat dan mereka tahu. Kadang-kadang kita buat game, kita buat melalui Tapi Hero. Tapi itu is actually a hero that try to along the way dia nak balik rumah dia. So sepanjang nak balik rumah dia tu kita buat game. Kita game pop up satu perkara, macam mana dia nak selesaikan perkara tersebut. Jadi daripada situ kita tengok kemahiran maklumat pelajar tersebut. Jadi dari situlah kita menjadikan indikator kita untuk mengukur keberkesanan kemahiran maklumat pelajar tersebut. Adakah okey Bu Shanti? Jadi saya rasa kita tak kisahlah kita librarian, lecturer ataupun any information professional, pegawai ataupun staff, we have to be, macam saya katakan tadilah, we have to be smart. We need to know who are our audience, apa dia method yang kita nak gunakan, apakah dia kaedah ataupun platform yang bersesuaian dengan kita punya user. From there, insyaAllah, I think we can get the right result, okay, that will represent about the information literacy. Okay.
Mungkin pertanyaan barusan itu pertanyaan terakhir mungkin Ibu Shamila, sehingga kita bisa menutup pertemuan hari ini. Thank you for your sharing, for your knowledge and your experience. Hopefully it will be good for us. There will be still next week for us to meet you again.
At the same time, am I right?
Okay,
I'm still open that what is the next topic that we would like to discuss. Jadi nanti boleh sampaikan melalui Ibu Uter so that boleh kita sama-sama bincang-bincangkan di depan hari.
Okay. Ya Bu.
Ya.
Saya nanti akan tanya sama audience. I will ask them about what the topic for our discussion. Untuk next week.
Make sure that is my area. Nanti kalau begitu kita bercakap pasal vaksin, oh sorry saya tak tahulah nak jawab. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Terima kasih Ibu Shamila. Terima kasih untuk para hadirin. Kami tunggu minggu depan di waktu yang sama, di langit yang berbeda mungkin karena di sini sedang agak sedikit mau hujan ya, mungkin yang tadi kita cerah Bu, kita bertemu cerah.
Iya. Saya masih cerah di pantai ini. Tak macam Pak Rifki gelap di highway.
Pak Rifki itu dekat itu Bu, dekat pantai, sedikit lagi ke pantai. Jadi nanti kalau kita sudah COVID sudah tidak ada, mungkin Ibu bisa main ke sini ya Bu ya.
Ya boleh insya Allah.
Seperti yang kita kemarin bicarakan, kita akan beberapa penelitian bersama itu nanti kita lewat ke Paris Rifki nanti ya Bu ya.
Ya betul insya Allah. Dan dijemput juga datang ke Malaysia. Saya mengalukannya.
Amin Bu ya. Mudah-mudahan semakin membaik.
Ya amin.
Ya. Terima kasih kepada Ibu Shamila, terima kasih kepada Ibu Bapak, dosen dan Ibu Bapak sekalian yang sudah hadir di sini. Saya sangat berbahagia. Juga yang terakhir kepada yang sangat saya sayangi para mahasiswa yang sudah hadir di sini, satu-satu mengundurkan diri, mungkin kuotanya habis ya Bu ya. Jadi kalau terlalu lama mereka suka keluarnya satu-satu gitu Bu, karena mungkin kuotanya habis.
Bu ke perpustakaan.
Nah itu. Mungkin saya tutup saja pertemuan hari ini. Tapi nanti Bang Alvin apakah sudah difoto? Udah mungkin ya, tadi sama Bang Alvin sudah difoto. Saya ucapkan alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Mungkin ditutup saja pertemuan hari ini dengan terima kasih banyak semuanya. Sehingga mudah-mudahan kita bertemu minggu depan dalam keadaan yang baik dan sehat.
Insyaallah. Amin.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih semuanya.
Terima kasih semua. Minta maaf kalau ada kekurangan.